Podcast produced by the Dungeon Crawler Network. Join me, Stormzlord, as a journey into the technical side of gaming. This week we're going to re-look at the world of Atlas. 2 months into early access, what's it like, how's it doing? We're going to look at how to go on a treasure hunt. We're going to look at different things, including killing ships of the damned, and technically review where the game is at. So we're going to do that. I do have to give kudos, and I'll do this again later in the video, to the studio for the changes they're making. I think they're doing a good job. I think they're balancing it well. It takes time. I understand it's not a simple fix in some of these things. They're doing some configuration changes. They're doing some coding changes. They're not perfect yet. They keep making changes. Specifically, we'll talk about it later, the Fountain of Youth and breeding. But funny enough, after I recorded the little podcast portion on breeding and the problems thereof, they put a fix in last night. They, again, are working real hard to address concerns that are brought forward. They do have problems. Of course, everybody does. Currently, the cannonball physics seem to be weird when they're in and leaving the cannon. They seem to collide with possibly the side of the cannon or the cannon next to it. Not quite sure. We're still trying to poke into that and experiment as we go through it. So join me as I go and look and explore the world of Atlas 2 months into early access. All right, let's get going. I'm going to get off the steering wheel. Make sure I don't have anything, which I do. So let's put it over here, and I have a couple NPCs sitting to the side because they're going to be used all over on the brigand, and they're needed on here. Oh, look, I have a bear. This bear is part of the first bear I actually tamed, Mars. He is specifically a bear for melee, so I use him, give him health and melee damage. Okay, so the real reason I'm stopping is not the NPCs or the bear, Mars. It is, make sure I'm not worried. Okay, in case I get hit by a shark. One of the things I like about Atlas in a PvE perspective is things that are found in the wild. Oh, look, we're going to get attacked by a stingray. Where's the temple? Like this temple. This doesn't need to be here. We'll talk about later in this episode about procedural versus not. But this particular piece of this is not procedural. It is a temple. And I'll go down below and show you later. It's, oh, there's a shark. Which is why I took everything off. There's nothing here. There's nothing in here, no treasure, no nothing. It's just a sunken temple. They have runes, and then there's, straw and stuff, which is the fibers here. But it's just all over the map. Each server has distinct pieces that are sometimes ethnic, sometimes, swayed to one ethnicity or another. So obviously this is a Grecian temple. Or Roman, I guess one or the other, and it's in the low desert area, and that's just it. That's all it is. There's broken pieces over there. There's not any treasure that I'm aware of. I've not been able to find any. I've looked a couple times when I come into the Freeport for some stuff, but to me that's an interesting part of Atlas from the PvE perspective that I didn't get on the PvP side. And we'll talk later on PvP versus PvE and how it works in Atlas. But this is something I thought was very interesting, to me anyways, the exploration part of Atlas on the PvE side. There's enough going on in the world here that you have to worry about that I don't know PvP is needed at this point. At least for me, it may not be. It was more of a distraction for exploring than being able to explore. But that, we are in I-9, I believe. Let's see, Discovery. J9. We're in J9 Freeport. If you want to come look at the temple yourself, there's more ruins in the temple, or on the Freeport itself. So it's just something interesting, and I'll do a couple more videos of discoveries around that I think are interesting, that make Atlas worth getting and exploring for itself, let alone having PvP as well. One of the features of Atlas is a bears, which Mars is in the other room. It's also treasure maps. So I have one on my bar for J10. You notice the map doesn't match J10 because I'm looking at K10. So I've taken a screenshot of the map so I can look at that screenshot. Let me show that to you. See, look, screenshot. All right. So then what I do is I go into Atlas, press number pad 8, and I go to J10, and I try to find a match to that land mass. It could be a portion of it. It could be upside down. It could be vice versa. It could be horizontally switched. Whatever. It's something you look at it and you think of where it could be. Now in J10, there are 2 islands, and this is the one. It's a little bit different shape, but close enough. So it's going to be like right here. So I'm going to I'll leave that there. I can leave that there. I know where that is, J10. It's 1 pad over. So we're going to sail over there and find that treasure, hopefully get it out without dying. We'll bring Mars as our bear of the day. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, so light should be coming out. Should be doing good. Alright, we're going to take the Brigantine, which I'll look at, and walk you through the Enterprise, but later. Right now we'll take the SS Galaxy, or USS Galaxy. Alright, meet you on the ship. Are we there yet? No. It takes, one of the interesting parts about this game is it takes roughly 45 minutes to an hour with good wind to go from one server, say the middle of the server, to the middle of the server. It depends on what you're running. Brigantines are faster than a schooner, faster than a sloop, faster than a raft, etc. Galleons even faster. But again, so we're sailing the ocean, right? This is part of sailing, is okay, what do I do now? So while we're here, let's talk about, we've now been doing Atlas for almost 2 months. We tried logging on December 21st, excuse me, then December 24th, and then December 26th, and like we said in the previous, it really got good when you got to almost January. So it was very early access when it first logged on. But they've made huge, and I mean huge, strides in stability and coding and configurations. Not perfect, believe me. Graphics, if you can see from this is not a 4K monitor, this is a regular monitor. Hopefully the stream is coming out as just as pretty. Phenomenal, right? I think the True Sky and True Weather, I think, is what they've used. I'll have to look that up. I noticed it, but I forgot. Phenomenal, right? So much so that you need to have a pretty good PC to enjoy the beauty that is Atlas. And like I had said, and we'll say in another video, or portions of this video, exploration is what I like. PvE is fun, and it's interesting. But when you're overwhelmed by companies 3-4 times your size, there's really not a whole lot of PvP, right? It's just dying. I had a bow and arrow against a guy in plate armor with a rifle. I had no chance. Okay, so let's talk about a couple things that they've changed while we're waiting and sailing. We're talking about Fountain of Youth, which was a mechanic, we'll call it very loosely. And we'll take a turn here to make a diagonal south. So Fountain of Youth, it was a mechanic where the devs had decided to make everybody grow old, right? And then you'd pass your skills on to your children, and you'd get all this stuff. It sounded like a great idea. Fruition never happened, right? So pretty much people got old, and they had a debuff because they were old, and then nothing, right? Nothing you could do. So they came up with this mechanic called Fountain of Youth, where you would, and look at the sky, it's a little dark, but not bad yet. By the way, they've added the part where you can see rainstorms and cyclone, night or winter, water cyclones off in the distance, and that's dark clouds. So the weather is really pretty interesting. But since it's 20, so it's not light enough to be totally dark. I think it looks a little stormy, but not terrible. Okay, so anyways, we'll keep going. So Fountain of Youth. You had this fountain you had to get to, and one of how many golden ruins you had to get to. But the thing is, you'd have one per week, and then everybody would get on it and would just not know what to do, and you could hardly move because everybody would cause aggro, and it was ridiculous. You'd get there, and there'd be like 12 snakes. See, go past this guy real quick. See, when your wind dies, you're not so invulnerable to these guys. This is not the age of steam or the age of coal or the age of oil. This is wind sailing. So as you notice, the windometer, it's patent pending. The arrow is shorter up in the upper right hand corner, which means less wind if you notice the waves. Less wind, less speed to get away, because this is a fast ship. Much faster than the SODs, but not when the wind is low. So if he had really caught aggro, I would go directly with the wind, any direction that is, to get away. Unless I wanted to take him out with the cannons, but honestly, he was fairly low level, not worth the cannonballs. Okay, so Fountain Youth, ridiculous. They have finally fixed it. One thing's about early access is, yes, it was cheaper, but B, they have done as I think they've promised. They are fixing things as they go. The servers are much more stable. The mechanics are changing as they tweak some things, move some things. I can tell some things are configuration, while some things are code. They'll probably make a configuration change, try it. If they have to, they'll make a code change. They've got to figure all that out. Alright, so we're going to there, so we're going to turn north in a little bit. Let's see, let's do it now with him coming along. So we're going to turn, use the NPCs to turn the sails. By the way, you cannot survive without either NPCs or friends turning your sails. It is just ridiculously tough by yourself. What's going on with the wind? Okay. We're going to do this way for a while. Wind seems to be a bit different. So, we're going to take this to the bottom of the server, run along the bottom. One of the tricks of the sailing community right now in Atlas is if you're trying to avoid cyclones and ships of the dams, the best place to avoid them are along the server lines. They're still there, but you can avoid them if you need to before they catch you. You can jump across the server line, especially with cyclones. But with cyclones, again, you get a lot more wind. So, by the way, we're passing Flotsam. It's a way of getting coinage. If you don't have the nets to take out a ship, honestly, some of the purple Flotsam is better than the ships I've gotten, so I think they need to tweak that. Alright, so Fountain of Youth, they fixed it. You no longer have to run to this weird server to get to it. Again, this is a tweaking mechanic. They make these changes. Now, something they need to tweak next is breeding. They had breeding in Ark, they have breeding in Atlas, but it's ridiculously long to breed something, and it hardly ever works. I don't think we the companies had one work yet. You have to like log on, stay logged on for like 48 to 72 hours, and heat and cold fronts used to affect it. Now they're not supposed to, but it did, so I don't think they fixed it quite right yet. See, I think we're coming into a storm. We'll see how we do. Maybe you'll see a cyclone. Okay, so breeding. Come on, guys, you got to fix breeding. That's ridiculous. Now, cannonball physics. Again, one of the things I wanted to look at was how the cannonballs reacted to each other. I thought they did pretty good behind on the 6 in the back. I'm going to add 2 more. I think it'll be good. We're going to go through this server wall, which is going to take us from K10 to K11. We're then going to shoot along the bottom. Hopefully there's better wind over there. And then back up into J10 to hit the treasure. Now, okay, so why am I in PvE? Well, again, I think I said this previously. PvP is fun. PvP is great. When it's a company of 40 against a company of 300, there's not even a chance, right? There's no chance whatsoever. Oh, good, we have fog. So, let's see. We have fog over here. We're going to swap back and go to the other server. Turn really slow. The ships of the damned have a harder time seeing in the fog, but then again, so do you. One of the things you can do with the ships of the damned, by the way, as a mechanic right now, is just ram them. If you hit them hard enough, you'll spin them. Earlier I did that in that video, but I wasn't going fast enough to spin it. But it was interesting. Alright, so we're going to cross the server back over to K10. Alright, so where was that? Large companies. That's ridiculous. Right? Come on, that's not even fair. But if people want to do that, that's okay. And we're changing servers. A little better weather. Let's see where this trajectory is going to take us. And it might take us right to J10. Alright, so we're going to stay right like this. Not super speedy, but going fast enough for now. Alright, now PvE company. Again, great company. Old timers, old time gamers have a great company over here in the PvE side. I've joined them, have a great time with them, work together and to work on separate stuff. Like I said, I like to explore. I haven't seen all the ruins around. There's 40 servers, but I've been to, I don't know, probably half of the servers by now. You have seen the underwater temple, right? They have that. They have other temples around. They have different things in there. And then you'll see in another video, I don't have it set up yet, or the Kraken. You'll see the Hydra. You'll see the Gorgons on the island for the Golden Runes, the Cyclops. Good times. Dangerous. There's not a whole lot of way to tank them yet, so we're trying to figure all that out. But that's okay. So we're going to now log off and come back in a couple minutes when I land, because it's taking a very long time. It's taking us 10 minutes just to go from one side of the server to the other. Again, if you don't have a whole lot of wind, it takes time. This is going to be something either people enjoy or they don't. Because that's one of the problems with PvP is when you're PvPing and you have alliances all around you, you've got to travel 3 servers to fight anybody. Well, that's 3 servers. That's like almost 3 hours, right? Come on. I mean, you got to spend 3 hours to get somewhere to fight and then die. And no, not what I want in PvP. So that's cool. I will talk later about taming. Again, I tamed Mars. I've tamed Elvis as well. Elvis is my other bear. Necessity was a claim that we got, so Necessity is my bear as well. So that ship, the Damned, is going to reappear. So we're going to turn this way just a tad in case he does that. We'll see how that goes. All right. I'll talk to you again when I reach the island. All right. We're going to try this treasure attempt again. Now, we've made landing. We had made a couple accommodations to get on the land because there was an alligator on the land. We have a shovel. We have a bear. And we have a map. So let's go. I've already reconnoitered, come in here and found out what's going on. There are scorpions, there are snakes, there are also elephants, which can take out just about anything. There are also alligators. So I'm more worried about alligators than snakes. Snakes, the bear can take care of. Alligators, I've never had a battle against one that looks tough. You don't want to hurt the vultures, because if you do, they'll attack you. If you are hurt, vultures will attack you. They're vultures. They think you're going to die. So I have the map on. I'm trying to be careful. I look for the map. It should be up here. There it is. Again, I watch for rhinos. I watch for alligators. Rhinos will protect, they get behind them. Whatever's attacking will attack them. I don't like to attack the damned when there's creatures around, because you could hit them accidentally. So let's avoid the vultures. They're about to spawn. And let's go. When they start spawning, run into them. The bear's gonna attack. Kill the archers. Let's see what else we got. Okay, we got a warrior left. Keep attacking the warrior. Okay, warrior's down. Now that means the vultures are coming after us, which is what I hate. Because now we have to take care of the vultures. It's not that we can't, it's just there's a lot of them. You gotta get them down. Once you get them down, you're okay. Because they won't come after you unless they feel hurt. Okay, vultures are down, no more vultures. Before any snakes come off. I've got a broken leg, so I'm almost dying. Let's get in here. Let's dig the treasure up. Press the button once, it does the digging for you. It pops the chest. Okay, there's your treasure. Let's get on the bear. And let's go back. Calmly, quietly. Don't attack anything. Keep an eye out for anything. I do hate those vultures, because they're all around, and if you accidentally hit one, which we did, then everyone around attacks. So, I'm going to survive. The bear is going to survive. Keep an eye out. Try not to use too much stamina on the way back to the boat, because in case you really have to run. But you can also take out a snake with a bear. A bear is fantastic. They even reduced the hit points by 10%, and they're still phenomenal. He's barely even hurt. Took on the warriors of the damned. We're good there. So now the tricky part is we're going to miss all the vultures, miss all the creatures, go slow up the dock. Am I going to die? No, I checked my thing. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little different here. I'm going to get up, put my shovel away. His following is enabled. Yep. So I'm going to walk up, let him follow me. See our jury-rigged issue to get the thing off the boat. The Mars went down there. That's not good. That's the alligator can get you down there. Come up here. Okay, I guess we will be riding Mars up onto the platform. The AI is not the best for walking around. It sometimes can get lost, can get stuck. Don't attack the vulture. He didn't attack you. Okay, so we're going to go up the ramp. A little bit awkward. We'll go up the ramp. Let's see. Gonna walk slowly. Walk slowly. Now obviously we're going to dispose of this when we get moving, but I wanted to get the bear on the beach without going in the water, which we're still attempting to do. He'll climb over the cannon, climb over the NPC, and we're safely on the boat, which again needs a level up. So we'll jump off the bear. Always turn off following on the boat. His stance is neutral. Oh, so he's going to attack the vulture. Nope, 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 don't get off the boat. Don't get off the boat. Shoot. Let's get him on the boat before the alligators show up. See? Okay, so he's on the boat. Now, I was just about to turn him off of neutral, which neutral will only attack if he's attacked. So we want to put him on passive. When you're out in the wild, you don't want him on passive, but you don't want him on passive when you're trying to be discreet and stay on the boat because of alligators. So let's get up on him. Let's ride him back in. Come on. Sometimes it's a little tricky. Back him up. Okay, isn't that an adventure? So we have our bear on a boat, which is funny, and you'll see a lot of animals on boats here in Atlas. Now, double check. Disabling is disabled. Okay. Following is disabled. Stance is passive. Okay. Then I want to show you another vulture attacked. Okay, so we're going to turn around, not follow the vulture, but have him come back. We're going to bite him. Vulture won't stop. But the vulture got killed by the bear. Now, hopefully we didn't tick off any other vultures. Apparently we must have done something to that vulture. I see more vultures, but nobody is aggroed. Alrighty then. Always an adventure in Atlas. Okay, again, the collision box of the vulture, you could tell the bear didn't strictly hit the collision box visually, but he did hit it according to the system. So again, the collision box of the bear is the jaw and the paws, depending on the attack. Vulture, it is the claws and the beak. All right, now let's see what we got for treasure-wise for this one. We got 438 gold. We got some journeyman plans, a fine sickle, and then a sword. Okay, decent. But that was treasure map on Atlas. We traveled a server away, and we're good to go. Now what I do is I take the treasure, I put it in the box, which is full. I need another box. So what I'll do is just take out that hatchet, put that in, take out the Gatling grappling hook, because I like to use that if we do grab something. Alright, so we're obviously going to need another box, and we'll drop some treasure off at home. So Ship the Dam showed up. We're out for our test run of USS Galaxy, our first brigantine. We're going to catch his aggro, which we did. I think he's at level 27. He's getting a couple hits in. We might try some armored, or at least some type of armored ship. When they mean armored, it's sometimes they put planks sort of on the outside a little bit, so that the planks take the damage before the ship. Alright, so one of the interesting things about now with Atlas is the collision factors of the cannonballs. If you notice, the cannons are somewhat causing damage to themselves when they fire, as well as then causing damage to the Ship of the Damned when they get hit. Now this is PvE Atlas, but the collision boxes work the same on PvE versus PvP. But the difficulty here of we'll call it the shotgun ship, is lining up the large cannons. It has to be a direct light up. There is no left and right for a large cannon. So it's a the trick I'm still learning. I've taken out 3 or 4 ships of the damned. This is the highest one I've taken on so far. I don't think we'll have an issue. We only have 4 cannons on the back. We're supposed to have 8. But I'm trying these out first to see if the collision factor works as the way I've heard it does. But we'll see. So again, you line up, you got to slow down. When you have wind, any wind really, you're faster than the ships of the damned, so you can kite them, stay out of the medium cannonball range, and fire our cannons, which are the large cannons, to the higher range than the mediums. Alright, so if you notice it's taking damage, it's still one of the difficulties of being so far away is you have aggro, but you can't see his health bar. So you're taking a guess at how close he is to being dead. I also have to keep checking in front of me. I don't have a lieutenant's podium, nor do I have somebody with me. So it's me and the AI doing the firing. You'll notice the cannon AI is set to auto fire, so whenever they feel they have a target, they line up. They aren't perfect, which is good, I think. Gives some sort of chance there. So that I have to line up correctly with the ship. And once it's lined up, they fire. Notice they missed there on the left, they hit on the right. We're getting close. We have to be pretty much 3/4 of the way down. Cut more cannonballs and he should be gone. Let's see how that's going to work. Again, this is the Brigantine USS Galaxy. Those 4 should take care of them. Oh, not yet. See, you just can't tell. It's one of the difficulties, but that's all right. We'll figure that out. Sometimes we do this with multiple ships getting close and things like that. I have no cannons on the sides. I have the ability to. I just haven't put any there yet because you only have medium on the inside with the gun. Plus, kiting, it doesn't make any sense to have on the left or right. I don't want to be on the left or right on there because that's where they have their cannons. I'm trying to stay out of that way. Alright, so 4 hits, still not down. He's got to be getting low. So let's slow down a little bit. Let's get him back in range. Let's make sure we get some good shots. I still have to do some good tests on the front. I haven't really gone directly at one yet to see how well they fire off. Let's see. Yeah, we missed on that one. Another difficulty here is you don't see the damage they're taking. Because you're out of their aggro range, you can't see that, but you know they're taking damage, you just don't know what. I think we're pretty close to taking him out. So let's hopefully these 4 take him out. Still not. See, you just keep going. We're lining up the ship, taking a guess how we're doing. We started out with 120 cannonballs or so. We're at 98. Well, now we're down in the 80s. Up, and we took him out. Level 27. Right? Now, the difficulty is when you have multiple ones together, that you take one out, and then how do you get the treasure that drops off the ship of the damned? Well, sometimes you can't, unless you have a booty ship that follows behind and grabs the stuff that you blow up as you're taking on the other ships. Excuse me. Alright, so let's turn around. Let's go get the treasure. Now, one of the things you have to learn about hunting ships of the damned is you need to have a grappling hook. Now, the difficulty here is I was out for a test run to see how it worked, not out to kill ships of the damned. But I did, and guess what? I forgot a grappling hook. So, when we get up, there's one thing you can do. There's 2 options you can do. You can forget the treasure, or you can jump in and get it. Now, by this time, there's survivors in the NPCs in the water, which is attracting sharks. You can either skip the treasure, or you can jump in and get the treasure and any NPCs that you want. Remember, when you do on an NPC, you've got to put 4 gold per NPC that you want in the last hotbar, right? The last slot of your hotbar. Here I am going, oops, I forgot the grappling hook. So we're going to jump in anyways. We're going to not get an NPC because I don't need any yet. I will need 2 more today, so I will eventually go out and get them some more. To me, this is a better way to get the NPCs. They start out a higher level than when you get them at the free port. So I got gold. I'm going to forget the NPCs. I'm going to get back on the USS Galaxy and head back to port. Alright, that's this week's look at gaming. That's this week's look at Atlas. This was the look at technical gaming. This podcast has been brought to you by the Dungeon Crawler Network. I'm Stormzlord. You can reach me at Twitter at Stormzlord, Digital Pepper Studios. You can listen to the Tech Corner on YouTube, which you probably are. You can also check out our website, subscribe, and join us. If you want to support Stormz Tech Corner and the Dungeon Crawler Network, click on the donate link on the bottom of our website to support us over at our Patreon page. You can also support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, leaving us reviews on iTunes, Google Play. Tell friends about us, tell guild members about us. Check out the other podcasts we have available. From the Ashes, Tales of Tamriel, a list of fantastic podcasts that brought me into the flow by listening to those and understanding what they were talking about and wanting to join the crew and do podcasts as well. All right, have a good time this week. Be safe, and we will talk to you later.